Why, hello there, everyone, and welcome back. It's it's currently 1 for me at night, and of course, it's turning Thursday. I am here today because recently I decided to take a look back at my video, with my friend in it, and I noticed in the comments that I responded to a while ago, someone asking, how do you do it? How did I do it? Right? And of course, at the time, I was thinking, um, what does he mean exactly? Like, specific to this? How does the weapons work? How does the spawn systems work? And what else? Like sounds or with this? But recently I re-commented on that post, and I decided to do a follow-up on that. I want to talk about something. How you do it. This is simply a guide to how I do it. Now, the first thing is first is you need the add-ons slash mods. Um, if you don't got them, not much I can do than say at least try to have the mods that I will be talking about. Of course, this is without a script. None of this is scripted, and none of this has any plans in it. In fact, this is my first take of it, and I'm probably gonna upload this no matter how long it is or how off topic I get, because I'm going to try my best to keep to it. And the main idea that I will be throwing here is what add-ons I use, their con, their pro, and how I use it, how you can use it, what else. I'll be forgetful because I have terrible memory. And yeah, that's about it. To be real honest, I'm a bit excited for making this video because I do like guides. I really do love helping people. So being able to show people how I do things is definitely something. And also I love to rant. So do try to stay sane as I rant my way through a lot of these mods. And I'll try to stop myself if I rant for too long, but no guarantees there. I often forget exactly how long I've ranted after I start and end. So, good luck to all those who prefer silence. You came to the wrong place. Um, the first mod we'll be talking about here is the drop weapon mod. This mod is incredibly important. As you've seen there, I dropped all my weapons. Now, this is important for a many of reasons. For the first reason being that if you are... I realize I have it still on. That's so bad. This could have turned into just me getting shot and killed instantly. Alright. Back to what I was talking about, instead of having to worry about getting shot and killed, um, the drop weapons mod is extremely important when it comes down to just doing things. For a very good example of that, I pull out a crowbar here. But imagine I still had my fizz gun. So, I have that, crowbar and a fizz gun. And then, all of a sudden, I want to have a gun, obviously. Enemies are around, right? So, what I do is I go from this to this, but then I go back and whatnot. Now, of course, it won't always be like this. The really bad example because Scroll Will did not show what I meant. But, like, if you have something in the middle, you don't want to go on it in a sense. It is not a great time if all of a sudden you're trying to shoot at an enemy that's coming down here and you scroll to your tool gun instead. And this image brings us right to the con of having this mod, is that it breaks a lot of mods. It is extremely broken. For one, if you have absolutely nothing in your hand, absolutely nothing, and you spawn in something else, usually it'll take on the form of what you last dropped. In a broken state, too, and can sometimes not be able to be dropped after being grabbed. Of course, when you spawn in something new, it fixes this, and if you scroll back or go to your other thing, it fixes this again. And everything works perfectly fine. And some things simply can't be dropped. Yeah, I don't have a kill command, shut up. That is simply it. And you're just stuck with that. And that seems really annoying. That's the biggest con about this. It breaks a lot of mods, and in itself, it is really broken. You can't pick up things if, your hands are completely empty, even with VMAPI on, and the only way to pick up things is by walking over it if VMAPI is off, and I don't actually know if that works or not. I haven't tested that. Try your best. Another thing is a pro. The pro, once again, is the fact that you can empty your inventory. That is probably cluttered with shit. For a very good example is imagine your friend is a weapon hog. He wants this weapon. He also wants this weapon. Oh, but he can also do with the SKS. And a way that I limit this is by adding a weight system. This punishes the player for, having too much shit on them. That currently doesn't seem to actually be working. Ah, isn't this a lovely video? Ah, there we go. Alright. So after a certain amount of time of picking up weapons, you'll find that it becomes basically impossible to move. I'm holding down W right now. I am completely unable to move. This is me tapping W. I am completely unable to do anything. And as you saw, it said I was over encumbered. Drop a weapon, still like this, because the max that I have it on is somewhere, I think, around 3. Now, this is very important because if someone's simply able to hot swip their weapon just instantly from having a empty gun to a full gun, from an empty gun to a full gun to an empty gun to a full gun, and just have all these random weapons that they pull out, it feels so weird. So limiting the player to only have a few weapons and rely on those weapons instead of, fucking around. Why has this not disappeared? Instead of fucking around with, thousands of weapons. The reason why I don't have shit tons of weapons in my pack here. Yeah. Fixes that. Speaking about that, here is the bind for it. I kept talking about it, but I haven't actually done the bind. What you want to do, which this is my bind, I use middle mouse button. I do bind, mouse, 3, plus drop. And this works. Simply done. Anytime you need it to be done. But remember this, it's extremely buggy. Extremely buggy, so watch out. I always recommend leaving at least like a melee weapon in your hand, so that no matter what, you switch to it instead of switching back to nothing, because that's when bugs usually tend to happen. for a very good example, for a good while, this mod was completely broken. It still is completely broken with this enabled. I have cut my chute, yet I am still hovering. I am pressing space. It's not deploying. And I can cut my chute infinitely. This is what I mean by it breaks it. It breaks it completely. The drop mod will break your other mods if you do not take care. So, what's next? Well then, if we're going off what breaks it, the next mod is this. This mod is really good. It allows you to use, well, night vision goggles, thermal goggles, and even shades for when you want to look like a badass and not be executed by the sun each time you look at it. It is a very good mod in my opinion, and I prefer it over a lot of other night vision mods just because, um, you know, yes, just prefer it. Honestly, that's more just an opinion thing. So if you like another one, get the other. You probably will like the other one more. I just like this one more. And there is thermal. Once again, there's this, and all of them, well, almost all of them, have different ways at going things. All of the night vision ones have different. Let me quickly take out this. So they have different things. So boom, that was just quad night vision. This is thermal. Things will actually show up in thermal paste. It's pretty good animation, whatnot. Though after it's on the ground, you can't really get rid of it. Yeah, it's just there. The only way to really do that is do an entire thing, and I'm not really into that. Now, of course, that mod activates. The next thing, other than this, is also very important, but I almost forgot. It's almost like a script is really important. Um, Binding. This mod needs to be bind, obviously. It's not automatically binded, it's not set to something. In fact, I find that a lot of automatic binds just don't work. So, let me show you. This mod is ARC, VM, and VG. Remember that. So, we do bind. I use N, so this could be whatever key you want. ARC underscore VM underscore NVG. And we grab it. We have something because once again, the drop mod breaks everything. We press the button, it works. We press it again, it takes it off. As simple as that. I should probably actually hold that. Oh shit. Okay. So, the next thing. This is much more important than people might think about. And it's something that I consider doing every single time I get on if I don't have it bind for whatever reason that is. And that is changing the fire rate. Fire rate for me is really important, and of course this part isn't as important to others as it is to me, so if you want to, you can skip over this part, though I don't recommend skipping because I have no idea the time frame of this, and I'm not gonna section this off because it's late at night. No, I'm not doing that. So, how do you do this? Set to something that's easy without having to press E, this or that, whatever, right? What you do is you go to, I'm already on it, utilities, then you go to key bindings, and then you go to toggle fire mode. This is what I use. You can also change the customization wheel. You could have it instead of C, to have it like mouse 5. I'm not going to change that because no. Um, I simply have it like this for only my toggle fire. I just do that. Lots of fun, I think. And last but definitely not least, this one was not a part of the rehearsal that I was talking about, but is something that I find is very important. Now, usually I have this as auto hide. Yeah. So, what I see here is my health and my stamina and stance. This gives me an idea of that. And I really do like this mod, which this mod for the HUD is simply the Escape from Tarkov HUD by Freddy. It is really good. These are my settings. The interactive HUD thing is not really, there yet. You can turn this on or off. As long as this is off, the entire thing's off. So you don't really have to worry about it. Everything else I leave how it is. I have it on colored because I like it colored. And yeah, I have mine to do Control G and Control T. Control T will give me the amount of ammo in it, well, a general idea of the amount, and the type of ammo, while my not Control uh, Alt G will give me the fire rate. So I change fire rate here. Bad example. Really bad example. I did not expect that. Working just fine 20 minutes ago. Now it wants to do that. Hmm. I don't I I'm more confused here than anyone else cuz it was working just fine earlier. All right, I know for a fact it works with this. All right. If it doesn't work, all right. All right, I guess the mod right now is just broken cuz 20 minutes ago this was working just fine. And now it's not. I I love it. I try to show off a fucking mechanic and it just breaks. Oh my god, that is piss. Give me back my weapon. Alright. So, another thing you might notice, I have stopped talking about binds here. The binds are mainly done because, yeah, everything else I would say you gotta look over and I'll, go on more about this once I'm mostly done with everything. Now then, on to the biggest thing that get I probably get the most questions about how it's done and probably what he meant by when he said, "Oh, what?" So, we're looking into this mod. The invasion mod that I use. This mod dynamically places enemies all around within a radius of minimum to maximum with a limit and with you being able to customize if they explode, chase the player, and if they're on. This is really, really good. But at a surface level, it is just this. There's also this. And if you get into my pack, go into a world, you'll notice, first off, that you're probably getting mobbed by a bunch of zombies. Because of the fact that this off of reset is automatically on. The only reason why I know this is because my last video was extremely laggy at points that it probably shouldn't have been. And because of this, I had to go over and check what was wrong. And of course, my fashion of checking what is wrong is by uninstalling and wiping everything. So, after doing all that, I had another reason to make this video. So, yeah. Yeah, there's also that kind of bug. Isn't that lovely? That's supposed to... I'm not understanding anymore. Alright, so, I forgot where I was. Um, this mod is really good, but only if you set it up. Now, the first thing I'm gonna say here is it's very important that if you want to have a fun time, just a general fun time, don't do what I do by giving them TFA weapons. For first off, most TFA weapons just don't work with them. I don't know why, I don't know what the hell the problem is, but most just don't. Yeah, no, I'm gonna just give up, bro. Just be gone. Alright, most TFA weapons don't work. At all. Not my Devil, not my Escape from Tarkov. These melees, they work. Definitely they do, but the AI acts really weird. Trust me when I say that. And not my Rising Storm. But some of my Insurgency weapons. Not all of the TFA weapons don't work, but a lot don't. And I can't really tell you which ones do or don't. Maybe it's just Insurgency, but what I know is that some work, some don't. But the thing is why I say don't do it is because they are really fucking dangerous. In almost all of my videos, I make the enemies use TFA weapons. Just like with everything else, you could see right here, not TFA, ARC CW weapons. In this pack, you can clearly tell I do not have ARC CW weapons because I wanted to keep it limited to only one pack of real weapons. And of course, this was a terrible idea in terms of balance allocation because giving NPCs TFA weapons for some reason ignores this proficiency setting. I could put these guys on poor and they could still slap my shit with TFA weapons. I put them shits on poor and then give them ARCCW weapons. They act as if babies with AKs. But give them TFA weapons, they act as if they've been trained by God himself to aimbot my ass. And it's terrifying, truly. Especially not fun if they are on pursuit mode and they decide to round about that corner with about like 10,000 speed and headshot you with a TFA weapon that does a lot of damage. Now, enough with me complaining about that. What do I really want to get down to is how this works. It's very simple. Extremely simple to a point that I kind of find it funny that people don't understand. First, we'll actually start from scratch so that you could see exactly how I do this. First things first, let's grab two. Second things second, we're going to go to edit. Here we have the edit of this. There's all kinds of other things, but I'm just going to do the main things that I do because I don't understand how some of the other stuff works, so I mainly leave it to this. We have HP. You could turn a regular NPC from having 100 HP to, let's say, 10,000. That's definitely not 10,000. But the point gets across that you could basically do whatever the hell you want with that. You could turn on the chance. So, for example, on this one, and also make sure you update each time because if you don't update, it doesn't actually do it. Let's do this again. So, let's look at this. The chance. I want a 60% chance of spawning. What my guess is every single time it goes over this, it does a 60% chance if it should actually spawn. And then it goes back down to here and acts a chance. And so then I'll say, oh, I'll just do like 10%. And if you saw in my last video, the monsters spawned a lot less, and that's because they had a 10% chance to spawn. Then I had rebels spawn at a, I think, 60% chance, and at a 30% chance robots that had MGs, which, kind of showed itself if you watched the video, which you probably haven't. The thing about this is it can really set up situations where one can dominate the other, or you could have, for example, once again, monsters, where, There's also a hero class that I haven't really, dug too deep in, so you could probably put monsters there, but once again, I've not dug really deep there, and yeah, on me there. And so now we have this, but it's not actually going to spawn anything, even if I do anything. So here's the next thing. We can add any NPC that is allowable, even sometimes VJ and Nextbot. Really can be anything. All you need to do, if you're doing it by here, is right click, copy to clipboard, go back to here, and paste it. And it will spawn that entity. Now then, and this can be for other things too, like Dark Soul bosses or what else. But be warned, I've had a bug in the past where Nextbot didn't work all that correctly. Well, no, it worked, but it was extremely laggy, probably because I'm stupid and I did something. But yeah, it's only happened once to me over all my testing of it, so I would say it's decently rare, but be warned, some Nextbot might not work. I would not say take the risk unless you're 100% sure that whatever you're doing won't cause it, and yeah. Um, Here is the last thing, is even if you do spawn them, like, you can also spawn them by this, by the way. Even if you do spawn them, they have no weapon. Well then, of course, give them a gun. You can use this menu, but it only uses the default weapons. But of course, what's the point of fighting against them if they have the default weapons? Because the default weapons do no damage. Unless you have the enhanced damage mod, which honestly I'd rather not have. Well then, we give them a gun. Like this. Just right click, hit copy paste, go over here, paste it, update, boom. And as to show this, how it works, I'll edit this one. I'll make it, let's see, prisoner. Well, combine prison guy, those guys with the shotguns. Let's give him a shotgun too, so he has some fun. Let's not turn it to perfect. Let's turn it very good. And yeah, and also health default, so you could have those kinds of things. And let's just have some fun with this. Let's turn up the chance. Let's turn up the chance to 100%. These guys will always spawn, while these guys will have 150 with 100%. This will also show you the difference in power between the AI with normal versus the other. Yeah, I'm not gonna be prepared for this. Imagine it starts lagging really hard. I'm going to be pissed if so. Yeah. Alright, little lag spike, that's fine. One guy there. Oh yeah, one more thing before we continue. If you are using this mod, be very warned. The chase players thing will make them chase you no matter what. And I mean no matter what. If they want to fight someone else, that won't matter because they will chase you. Doesn't matter if you are shooting at them, they will chase you. Doesn't matter this, doesn't matter that. They will come for you. As long as they can get to you, as long as the pathfinding allows it, they will come. And the problem with this is that if you have another mod that tells the AI that they should walk this way to get to their target faster, like another target, they may walk back and forth, thinking that, oh, they go this way, but also they have to go this way because they also get updated to go there. And also, you may notice that if you turn this on with the zombies on, that they don't actually attack you. They just go to the location that you last were a few seconds ago, and then update to the newer location that you moved from. This is also because of this, because for some reason, NPCs like become blind, like melee ones usually become blind whenever this is on. They only really follow the marker that it places. So only really use this if you have range units. Other than that, have the NPCs find you yourself by either, having them alert to sound or something else. Let's continue this. Hopefully actual enemies spawn for these guys, right? Yeah, there's proof. Literally, I was there a minute ago, but they still updated to that location. Because of the fact these guys aren't spawning right now for some reason. Did I fuck up somehow? Chance 100, chance 100. Don't tell me. I got so unlucky that only I just realized. Yeah, so once again, if it's only three will spawn. And by the way, I still don't know all that much about this. Alright, yeah, no, gonna be I'm gonna be real honest here. I don't know all that much about this mod, but it's looking a whole lot like that 100% is being a little bit too accurate. So it seems like the second that it activates that, it decides, hey, we don't need to activate the other one. So let's calm these guys down and do 60. All right. There we go. So even while they do that, you see that they do get sidetracked every now and then. And by the way, even while I have it, they still have moments like that. Them having that much HP makes it really hard for them to kill them. Wow, these guys are dominating a lot harder than I thought they would. Maybe because my guys are shooting backwards. Point given, these settings matter a lot towards making a fair and fun game. If I decided to unclip, they wouldn't shoot at me as much, and obviously it creates more chaos, making it to where the player himself feels more comfortable. Player comfort is the goal here, obviously. Um, what's the next thing? Once again, no script, so I'm just really looking on to the next thing after next. Let's see. I oh yeah, Stormfox. I use this mod because I use TFA. with this mod, if you notice, actually I have tracers on. There's tracers, right? Basically, those bullets, um, they can actually be affected by the wind in the first Stormfox. The second one doesn't work yet, at least. I don't know if they'll add that again, or if that was a bug. But right now, TFA weapons are affected by the wind inside of here. I could show you it. In fact, I probably should. You know what? We have the time. Might as well derail this entire thing and turn it into a real guide of pain. Alright. Wind going that way, coming from that way, so the wind is going this way. So, my bullets, whenever I'm shooting them, should head this way. And it's not a really good example if the bullets are moving at light speed. See that? I'm gonna aim here. They're aiming just to the left. Aim a bit further. Just to the left. Further. All to the left. That's the really cool thing about it. And, of course, this only really works with lower powered weapons and whatnot. Because of the fact of the bullets, if they move too fast, it's obviously going to give less time for, the wind to affect it, and you know what else. Let me return these settings back to normal. And yeah, that's very important. By the way, those are my settings for it. Yeah. Uh, really bad timing. But yeah, this is simply a guide through. Let's keep going, because clearly I need to do this all the way through. Um, let's do this. Dynamic height. Actually, I usually have this on around 32, if you want to know. Let's actually change that now, because once again, I reset my things recently, so a lot of my stuff is actually changed from how it is. And one last thing, actually, before I get on to some final thoughts. So, this is in utilities, go all the way down. If you go down to overall presets, the one that I use is Stalker. Now, of course, I usually make my own, like, types. I, like, combine it and mix it around. But, for now, it is only really gonna be that. Because, once again, reset it a while ago, so I want to keep it like that. Yeah. On to the next topic. One that is a little bit more high on the sensitivity thing of pain. And that would be, well, Sharp Eye. I have Sharp Eye right now on. With bobbing enabled. Well, kind of. It's not really all that enabled, and to be honest, the thing's tuned down by like a ton. So it's not really all that big. These are my settings here. Now, I got it to a point where I'm very happy with how it is. Let me go to the more important one real quick. This, master scale of 1. 1 or 2. These two are perfectly fine. Now let me show you what pain is. I'm going to put it up to 6. And what I'm going to do next is going to be very painful to all sniper players. Anyone who dares have a sniper and wants it realistic with 3D shadows. So, isn't this fun? Oh my. Oh, but it gets worse. Oh, it gets worse. Oh, it got worse. Yes, you can't see anything. Oh, but now you can because you're going over the point. Oh, isn't this beautiful? Yeah, it is very much so painful. So I recommend turning this down to like a 1 or a 2. Don't have it on 0 because 0 just turns it off, basically. Here are my settings. That's obviously nothing. These are my settings. Obviously, I have no idea what these are because I don't. How am I supposed to know what the fuck's cut off? Left pan what? Left up down pan what? Ah! You're right. You get what I mean. The pure terror of having cut off shit is truly the best. These are my settings. Pause the video at any point to, do whatever. Uh, I left this as how it is. Bobbing, completely disabled it like this, but if you disable bobbing here, it also breaks like something else, which is annoying. I disable that there too, and I keep sounds like this. I don't really have sound on here just because of the fact that I already have some other mods that generate sound like Stormfox. But of course, if you don't have Stormfox in because your app is too small, you might want to enable this if it's sounding dead quiet. Now then, enough with that. It's time to finally get down to my favorite part. And that is the rant. Now then, what I have to say here is honestly the end of the video. Well, not really. I'm pretty sure 1,000 people, like everyone, just left as soon as I said the end of the video. But literally, there's not much else for me to say. The only real thing that I have to say here is that I have not really shown much. The main idea whenever you're making this mod pack is the idea that you want as little information on your screen that you wouldn't actually have in a realistic situation, while at the same time keeping the game fun. He's not giving me a good point. I'm sorry if you're watching this. Really bad timing though. um Literally, the most important thing about this is quite literally just creating an experience that fits you. It's not about making this exactly to mine, which honestly I haven't given you enough to really do that. At least I don't think so, right? But it's about making it to where you could have fun and your friends can have fun. And that's all there is. If you can have fun playing it and they can have fun playing it, that's all it is. You don't want to make them suffer with guys that can instantly one-shot them, and that's why I recommend using ARCCW, and that's why I recommend you use this and that. This video may be a guide, but it's loose, to say the least, and already me not editing videos yet, maybe ever, shows that, eh, it's really how you take it. And a very good example is a person in my comments a while ago, and also makes really good videos. Shout out to them. They use a HUD system. They still use the HUD system for their TFA weapons. And of course, I myself don't like it, but at that same time, it's what they do. It's what they like. And I can't blame them for that. If they like it like that, they like it like that. And the best thing about all of this is that a lot of these customizations that like are here, as long as like it's not server side, the client side stuff works fine. Like if a friend of mine joined, I would have to explain to them how to do this exact process of things without telling them to customize their game in a way that they might not like unless they tell me, how do I do this? And that's all it is. And um yeah, that is the end of me talking about the video. That is the end of it, signified with this disconnect, and also me having to clear this. Um, Literally now, whoever's left watching this, which I'm pretty sure everyone's already like gone, so it's more me talking to the void now, which already sounds like I'm insane, which right now I already feel insane, just talking to myself here. In the one at night, just chilling. Or is it 1 in the morning? Whatever it is. Um, I I gotta thank you guys. It has always been a dream of mine to simply sit down and just play some games. Play a game, two, three, four, five, and have somebody enjoy watching it. So far, I've only really posted Gmod content, and that's because I have nearly 3,000 hours on it. This is not saying that it's the only content I'll be showing here. For God's sakes, I'm probably going to post some Arma sooner or later, or some other game like Insurgency Sandstorm. And all I really need from you guys is, well, you to be there. And that might be hefty to ask. But the thing that I am no longer asking you to do, and no longer even like going to dance around, is smile. Shit, dude, like how long ago did you last smile? If you're watching these shitty vids and you're just watching them cuz oh yeah, they're fun to watch. Good. Keep having fun because that's what these games are all about. I mean, there's all kinds of people who play games serious. And of course, playing games serious can also be fun. Don't get me wrong. I play League, all right? I am there when it comes down to playing serious, all right? The reason why I also like realism, you know? But there comes a point where seriousness becomes a bit harmful towards having fun. You could ask skaters of their broken body and all their failed tricks and whatnot, and their seriousness of it may heighten, but their fun can somehow decrease as they slowly deteriorate. And some people might say that person is weak, but many people break. It's not hard to break because we're just stubborn. And like a nail going into wood, it just takes so many strikes until we're crooked. And I gotta say that I love playing games serious and I love playing games not serious. Either way, I just want to have fun. I want to have fun playing with people, want to have fun playing by myself. I want to have fun seeing other people having fun. It really is distressing whenever someone isn't having fun playing a game because you realize that they're not trying to have fun. Like, seriously, it's not hard to really have fun playing a game if you really put your mind to it. Like, goddamn there, I'm laughing at these shitty jokes. Even though they're complete trash, you could laugh at these shitty jokes. Not because they're hilarious, but because you want to laugh. It's just there, and you could reach for it. And I might sound like a psychiatrist or some shit right now. And I don't want to sound big, bold, whatever the fuck else. I just want to like talk heart to heart a little about that. Is that with realism, a lot of people are taking it into this point of view where must be the serious thing, where everything must be down, and there can't be no mistakes. It needs to look just like a film, and I don't think that's terrible. I don't think it's completely terrible, right? But at that same time, it also feels overused. It feels like it's sucking the joy out of people's souls. In my opinion, when you're making that content, you got to be having fun while doing it and having fun doing it. That's why I use dynamic spawning systems because I don't want to spawn in a bunch of NPCs just to know their exact locations to peek it and then shoot them. That's not exciting. That's just having wall hacks with extra steps. It's really, you know, not fun like that. And maybe it's because I'm not trying to have fun like that, right? But my idea is a game for me, like the fun I have is in a chaos situation. And once again, like I said, this is a rant, so leave at any time. Gosh, if you're still watching this, you need thank you, but like this is stuff, okay? But yeah, enough with my ranting. Like I said, I told you I would stop it if I got the chance. I I gotta thank you guys. I gotta really, really thank you guys. Because once again, like doing this content, even with you guys watching for only like a minute at most and leaving after like 10 seconds after hearing my voice, is something that I consider amazing. Because it's not every day that you get a chance to make someone smile, even for a second. Saying stupid jokes, crying to different things, watching as your game just doesn't work because God hates you and wants to execute you on spot like the damn German you are. It is something else. And being able to share this moment with people that I have no idea about. Hundreds, maybe thousands of people may watch this video one day if my channel doesn't get completely closed down and see this very part. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to say other than thank you. Other than just a hearty thank you for just coming here and taking your time to watch this dumb guy play this game that's more glitchy than any other. I just realized this has gone on for nearly an hour, and most of it's been ranting. One of my friends are currently contacting me, and it's a bit late at night, so I'm probably not going to play with them. Sorry. It's 2 in the morning. Gosh, dude. Hey, at least I got it on the first time, and I hope the audio is fine and all that shit. Sorry for extending the video for how long it is. I had a lot to say. There's a lot of things I wanted to go over. And of course, I could have made this short and sweet, but I can't see myself doing that. If I have something to say, I'm going to say it. Alright? That is, that's the end. That's actually the true end. I'm stopping the video now. Thank you once again for watching this video. This is Dire Status, signing out.